Okay, guys, here's part two. Nothing better than having, half of your video lost to the internet ether. But what can you do? It decided to crap out as I talked about Hellraiser there and went on to finish my video. So, gone for good. So I'll have to back up. Hellraiser looks great. The gore is gorgeous. This medium does Clive Barker so well. I'm so glad that they're going to do the Nightbreed Director's Cut on Blu-ray one day because his work looks fantastic on it. His greatest strength has always been the visual aspect. I know he has but he has a dark sexual perversity to his work, but visually his work is so engaging, much like Guillermo del Toro, who does not appear on this list, though I started to put Pan's Labyrinth on here. That could have easily replaced any one of these. But the picture is so clear on here. The blood and the grue and the gore, that you can see little glints of light that you never saw before. It creates a real tableau of terrible beauty. It takes Barker's over-the-top Grand Guignol imagery and it presents it in such a clarity that you can see the real beauty involved in it. And that's something he's always wanted to do, which is to show the beauty in horror, which is such a strange thing to do, but that's what makes his work so great. That's what gives it such a great frisson. Alright, let's go with the master. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, adaptation of Stephen King's book of the same name, which he has roundly denounced for years, stating he's not pleased with the adaptation or the casting of Jack Nicholson. But sorry, Stephen, you're wrong on this one, because this is one of the all-time greats, one of the all-time classics. Again, the colors are fantastic. The Blu-ray medium, the 1080p format, was made for directors like Stanley Kubrick. We've just now, in the modern era, technology has finally caught up to the work of the masters, where we can go back and watch these movies and see them as they were intended, well, at least in the home viewing experience, with such great clarity, a richness of the colors. If you're the kind of individual that pays attention to symbology and subtext, you can see every detail in the film. It's all there, all the patterns, all the little motifs running throughout, and you can start to piece together the subtext or whatever you think Kubrick was talking about. If you're a fan of the documentary Room 237, you know what I'm talking about. This Blu-ray is a really nice Blu-ray. Most of these you can get on the cheap at Walmart, even for like $10. So hit up your local Wally World. They usually pop up in the horror section. If not, you can grab them off of Amazon relatively cheap. It's got a commentary by the Steadicam operator. It's got some featurettes and whatnot. Just great filmmaking, great horror experience. And one of the first that I saw a bit of way back when I was a kid, probably 5, 6, 7. I'm in my Captain Kirk outfit, going door to door, and I get ushered into a house, trick or treat. And I'm holding out my bag, and I look over, and on the TV, there's Jack chasing Danny through the maze, and it's like the end of The Shining, and I'm watching this, just going, oh my God, this is the most horrifying thing I've ever seen. I'm holding out my bag, getting candy, and the whole time I'm just watching The Shining on TV. I'm like, what is that? And they go, it's The Shining. And then they turn me around and they push me out the door, and The Shining lived forever in my brain for years and years and years. It's just the most terrifying thing I had ever seen. So I was very pleasantly surprised that once I was able to see the movie in its entirety, I still thought it was great, still thought it was terrifying. All right, here's a modern classic, Trick or Treat, from director Michael Dougherty. Again, visually engaging. The costumes are great. It's a true cornucopia of the Halloween season. I love how all the different Halloween myths are brought to life. It just looks great from beginning to end. Sounds great. It's so much fun, and it should be a true staple of everyone's Halloween night viewing. I love, in particular, the settings where they have all the jack-o'-lanterns set up around the house. It just looks absolutely fantastic. By the way, if you're a person that digs jack-o'-lanterns like that, there's a guy here in North Carolina at the Pusser Pumpkin Farm where they set up like 500 jack-o'-lanterns 2 days before Halloween. So I guess actually tonight would be the first night that they have them out. And you go by and see all the jack-o'-lanterns decorated up and illuminated for the night. And it's absolutely awe-inspiring. This Trick or Treat, an absolute modern classic. You know, the studios showed themselves to be complete morons. They made this and sat on it for years, didn't release it theatrically. Finally, they released it straight to video and DVD, and then hit Blu Ray, which is the format this movie was made for. And it's become a cult hit. And they really screwed the pooch on this because it's got Anna Paquin. The year they released it, True Blood was the biggest thing on TV. They were complete morons for not putting this in the theaters on October 14th or what have you. They could have made a killing. But they're finally catching up to the curve. That's kind of how studios work. They're always behind the curve. You know, it takes the individual visions to get ahead, and then it's hard to get the studios involved. But they're finally catching up. They're going to do Trick or Treat 2, which I'm excited about, though I love the original for what it is. You know, I don't really feel like we need to have too many installments of them, because at some point, you know, disappointment will settle in. We'll just go, it's not as good as the first one, you know. But who knows? Maybe it'll be better. They just announced it this week. Google search that, Trick or Treat 2. You can find out all about it. Okay, here's my last two recommendations. Hopefully my video doesn't cut out on me again. First one is for the kiddies. If you're a family man, you've got the kids running around the house, it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Looks absolutely fantastic on Blu-ray. Imagine that. How many times am I going to say that in this video? But the colors are great. You know, I thought it might be washed out or a little bit dim or just not adapt well to the 1080p format, being such an old cartoon. I mean, I guess they're from the 50s. If I can look on here and find out what year. No, 1966. Okay. But the background scenery, especially the skies, the autumn skies in this, they're painted almost like a wash, like a watercolor wash, and it's just so vivid. It's actually a really good looking little cartoon, and it plays so well, and it's a lot of fun. You know, if you've got little ones around, throw it in on Halloween day, let them enjoy it while it's playing. Or if you're like me, throw it in when you're cleaning the house or what have you. All right, here's one for the wifeys or the guys with girlfriends out there, and you got to watch something. Of course, it's got to be romantic. So why not throw in True Blood? And I say go with season 1. This was the show at its best. It's been all kind of downhill since then. You know, the girlfriends love to watch the stuff with romance involved. So if they're going to make you watch something mushy, then go with something that's mushy and bloody. And that's True Blood. And that's the one thing I liked about it. They never held back on the sex. They never held back on the gore. The storylines might be totally nutty, but you're always going to get those fun elements. In season 1, at least the characters were still charming. You know, you could really get caught up in their story before it all just went off the rails and became a steaming pile of crap every season after season. But this is a good one. So the girls can look at the sexy guys, and the guys can look at the sexy girls. You know, it's got Anna Paquin with a ponytail. That's all I need, buddy. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. This is Streebo and my Halloween vlog. Unless I get bored or figure out another one to talk about on Halloween day, I might come back. If you're going to be in the Shelby, North Carolina area, come join us at the Shelby Screen Fest Thursday night. Starts at 7 p.m. at the Don Gibson Theater. I'm going to present 5 short films from North Carolina filmmakers. Deviling, Lot 66, Take That, Dummy, Mosaic 33. They'll all be in attendance. I've seen all those films. They're all solid, quality works. And it's going to be followed up by the feature presentation of John Carpenter's The Thing. So, good night of movies. Doors open at 6. Cash bar available. Come as you are or in full costume. It's only $5 to get in. MVP, me, you. It'll be a good time. Pick up your copy of Tales from Mutantville on DVD or your preferred version of the Tales from Mutantville t-shirt if you like. So we'll see you there. Happy Halloween, mutants. This is Streebo. Find me at mutantville.com. Follow me on Twitter at JTMCROBERTS or follow the MVP account at MVPLAYERS. See you next time.